What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Cyber JFM. Happy New Year. Hope you guys are doing great. You know how I like to do my videos. Let's jump straight into it. One, the biggest thing why I'm doing this is because historically minorities have always been left behind in technology, and I can see the trend already happening now, and I don't want that to happen. That's why Afrotech is so great. That's why I'm in technology. That's why I try to bring my friends in technology, because I really want us to think smarter, not harder. Right now, I'm currently working at Cisco. I just ended my contract with Spectrum about a few months ago, and it's great so far. And really, I won't stop until I get my security job. And that kind of leads us into my next phase, which is projects. I make music. You guys can follow my YouTube channel right here, right there. I don't know. I'll just put it somewhere. I'm sorry if my shirt is making all this noise. But in short, one of the biggest projects that I would like to make is the securing of audio files. And what I mean by that is preventing leaks. I love Tyler the Creator as well as SZA, and countless artists have always have their music leaked. I have a Quora page that I just started. I'll include that in the link below. And pretty much what I want to do is have a public to private key for audio files. So if I'm the producer, I have the public key that I could access your audio files once I send them to you. And then you have the private key that you can unlock it with in theory. So that helps or could help with one of the phases of securing and stopping leaks. I also have a list of ideas that I came up with on how to secure audio files. I think that's a really big way that that can transition as to how to stop audio leaks, music leaks, and then data leaks. I did not know that the US does not have a bureau for data leaks. I think it's I'll include whatever the department is. I think it's the FTC. The Federal Trade Commission handles data, which doesn't make any sense. We do not have a data department in the US. The UK does. So if a data leak were to happen, the UK has a department where you can submit a query, you can submit a form about a potential data breach or a data leak, which I think is extremely awesome. We as a country trust these entities like Google, Apple, Facebook with our data, but it's like, who owns it? If I wanted to access it, I would like to access it. And then if it were to be leaked, who's going to be held accountable? Because at the end of the day, it's no one else besides these companies, and they can just shell out as much as money as they want to. They can do security postures and security hardening, but who's to say that that won't happen again? One. And then also two, I do not like that entities like Google and Facebook are just like monopolies we saw hundreds of years ago in the 20s, like the Rockefellers, big banks and railroads and oil companies. Same thing now. You have a few companies, Google, Facebook, Apple, that controls your data, that controls the market, and that's it. That should not be the case. So I'm putting more awareness on that. I'm definitely going to be going to Afrotech this year. It was in Austin this past year. And I think that just would be a great opportunity just to network and to throw out ideas. So that's one of the personal projects I have right now, is working on securing audio files with encryption and private keys, and just being able to access the type of information that I need in an audio file, and then it could be secured between me and that person. If that person wants to share it, they have their key, and just eliminating the single point of failure. Like, second thing. Third, learn. I think the biggest thing for me is always constantly learning, and I want a job that has purpose. No offense to companies. I think it's great you start off in help desk, but having a project where you can contribute something that could help people out, I feel like is very important in technology. A lot of these things can be automated now, unfortunately, but I really do feel like the biggest thing, the catch 22, is being able to incorporate and teach people the skills of technology. So if a robot were to take in, and that would be a great opportunity to teach the person programming, how to manage the robot, how to configure the robot, all these other things, which I think could branch the gap with people learning technology and also in cybersecurity. And then we make a technology or a tech civilization, just based off of us being still in control of our devices. I was trying to think of another word. I really couldn't. I don't even know. I'm doing this in like one take. We're doing a one take Jake. But in short, I was talking with a coworker because I work overnights at HEB, and I know that they have robots at Amazon. And I told my coworker, because I am an overnight stalker there, that it would be great to see how we could implement a robot that, just like I think at IBM Watson, whenever an item is taken off the shelf, there's already an inventory that, okay, one item is gone, 5 items are gone that day. This needs to be the correct amount of order for this product. Done. And then from there, deliveries can be made effectively. The robot can then, just like a vending machine, go in and manually put the item on the shelf, stock it, get it neat, get it ready for the next day. Done. That's how we can use technology to streamline laborious processes, as well as, like I was telling my coworker, getting a chance to learn about how to program this machine, how to configure it, how to update it. Okay, if it goes wrong, how can we configure it? Because I think a lot of people, even me, I was afraid about automation and AI taking over, but there still needs to be oversight, because just as smart as AI could be, there still needs to be security, there still needs to be controls, there still needs to be access controls. There's a myriad of other things that needs to be implemented in order to learn these skills, to teach it to other people, so they still have a job when it comes down to automation and it comes down to robots. That's my biggest takeaway. Those are my 3 big takeaways, honestly. I would like for us to learn the skills of technology. I would love us to just whatever interests you, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I love security. Now I'm in learning about how to secure audio files, because I've realized that people are still getting their music leaked. Movies are still being leaked. How can we prevent that? And maybe that can also trickle down to how people can secure their own systems when it comes down to data. So it equates to the bigger picture all around. Even though my idea is like in a microcosm in music, it can still kind of relate over here when it comes down to the music. To organizations, to companies, whatever the case may be. I mean, I started off even working at Dick's Sporting Goods, re-imaging POS systems. And that was so much fun, because I took old pen pads and I made them brand new, push new deployments, and then getting the chance to have people to use those pen pads at the stores was incredible. So having something like that, I feel like is purposeful. I like technology that is purposeful, where you just don't have to create tickets for things or just upload, click, configure this, because that's great, but you're only pushing the agenda of the company. If the company really wanted to, they can get a robot to do that, right? So where is the missing link between having purpose in technology that works for everyone, as well as being able to make it accessible for everyone? Wi-Fi isn't around the world yet, and I don't like that. That's another thing I was going to say. I was talking to my friend about setting up universal Wi-Fi spots in Austin, where people can just use Wi-Fi whenever. And I know I can't do that because ISPs, they give you service, right? I can't just make my own service and give it to people, which is crazy, right? Think about just like if you were to be in oil and you found an oil rig and you pulled oil from the ground, that's your oil. You didn't get that from Exxon. You didn't get it from Shell. That's your oil, right? I'd like to do that the exact same way, but with technology and also with Wi-Fi. Because the moment we can get everyone to be connected, that opens up the door for learning, for communications, for new ideas, holding people accountable, breaking down barriers. Because no way there should be just a few amount of people that control proprietary codes, that control data, that controls Wi-Fi. No, enough of that. It's a different world. I think my process now is just making it equitable and fair for everyone, and not just a few people that are just privileged enough to have Wi-Fi. No, we can make it accessible to everyone. Let's stop this. So that's kind of like my passion as to why I want to get into technology. I also want to teach it back. I was a teacher, a special education teacher for 5 years. And as soon as I get into cybersecurity for a couple years, a few years, get situated, get settled, I'm immediately want to go back to education and literally give my class what I went through, which was the Google IT support through Coursera. And that's what they're going to be doing. So then by the end of their year or their semester, they'll have a certification, they'll have the skills, and they want to pursue something, they can go and pursue it. That's it. That's it. I hope you stayed around for all that, because that's pretty much where I'm at right now with technology. That's how I feel. That's how I view the world. That's how I view how other things could potentially be progressing, and we can just be better. We can do better. All the glory and praise be to God, because he gave me the voice, the talent to be here. And I just hope it's reciprocated to you guys, so you guys can get some ideas. That's what it's all about. I won't be shut down. I'm going to post this. And if you listen to what, not just what I'm saying, but also what other people are saying, there's a lot of good stuff that hasn't been done yet. There's a lot of good things that people can build on top of my idea, make it 10 times better. That's what I want. So instead of just going into, I'm going to be a UX UI designer and software engineer and do this and progress this company's agenda, stop it. Get you a little job in IT, help desk, pay the bills, get the thing moving, and then figure out what you can do. Make a niche, find an idea, find a lane that's open and make it happen. Because I don't know if you guys check the U.S. Census, but I think all the way until probably the end of this decade, maybe even more, I think there's currently like 200,000 open cybersecurity jobs in the U.S. Like, come on, dude. Come on. I just completed my Google cybersecurity certification. I'm already applying for cybersecurity jobs, because that's purpose. That's securing. That allows me to progress in a way that I can make an effective change. That's cool. I can configure a device, create a ticket, figure out how does this work. But oh my gosh, man, there's such a huge opportunity for you to do some great things. So I encourage you to do some great things. Definitely going to return back to Afrotech, and that's it. Love you guys. Be safe. Come up with new ideas. Make your own path, make your own lanes, and just have fun with it. And I'll see you guys next month. Peace.